She found him slumped against cold brick, one hand pressed to a bleeding shoulder, the other cradling a baby who'd already stopped crying. That's what scared her most. The silence. The alley behind 5th Street smelled like old rain and garbage nobody'd picked up in weeks. November cold bit through Sky's red cardigan, the only one that still fit after 2 years of wearing it. Her backpack was heavy. Her foster mom would ask questions if she got home late again. She should have kept walking, but then she heard it. Not crying. Breathing. Small, struggling breaths that sounded like they were counting down. A man in an expensive suit, wrong place, wrong time, wrong everything, sat against the wall holding a 3-month-old baby wrapped in hospital blankets. Blood seeped between his fingers where his other hand pressed his shoulder. His eyes found hers through the dim streetlight. "Please," his voice cracked. "They shot me. They tried to take him." Sky's feet stayed frozen. She'd learned not to get involved. Adults had problems that weren't hers to solve. The system taught her that. But the baby's eyes opened, dark, alert, looking right at her like he knew she was deciding. "His name is Elior," the man whispered. Blood on his collar now. "He has a heart condition. He needs surgery in 2 weeks or he dies." The alley felt colder. "Then why aren't you at a hospital?" Sky asked. "Because my family would rather let him die than let me keep him." His grip on the baby tightened. "They think I'm not good enough. Not ready. Not worthy." He looked up at her. A grown man. Bleeding. Broken. Desperate. "You're the first person who stopped." Sky's phone buzzed. Low battery warning. She should go. This wasn't her problem. This wasn't her fight. But something in the man's eyes looked familiar. The kind of fear that comes from knowing nobody's coming to save you. The kind she'd seen in mirrors at 3 a.m. when the foster home felt too loud and too empty at the same time. "What's your name?" she asked. "Daniel." "Okay, Daniel." Sky knelt down. "Let me see." And in that moment, neither of them knew this decision would go viral, that millions would watch, that a judge would have to decide, that a family war would explode, that the girl in the red cardigan would become the only reason a baby lived. Before we show you what happened next, drop a comment telling us where you're watching from and what time it is right there. Then hit subscribe, because this story doesn't go where you think it does. Trust me. The billionaire was crying when Sky found him. Not loud, quiet, the kind that makes your chest hurt. He sat against a building. His suit was expensive, dark blue, perfect fit, but blood stained the shoulder, fresh, still wet. In his arms, a baby, wrapped tight in white blankets, tiny, maybe 2 months old. The baby wasn't crying, just staring up at the man's face like he understood. Sky stopped walking. She should have kept going. She had homework. Her foster mom would ask questions, but something pulled her closer. "Are you okay?" she asked. The man's head snapped up. His eyes were red, scared. "Please," he whispered. "Don't call anyone." Sky looked at the blood. "You're hurt." "It's not bad." He shifted the baby carefully, protective. "I just need to sit, just for a minute." She didn't believe him, but she sat down anyway. The sidewalk was cold. The city moved around them. People passed, but nobody stopped. Nobody looked. "What happened?" Sky asked. The man swallowed hard. "Someone tried to take him." "Take who?" "My son." His voice broke. "They want him. They think I can't take care of him." Sky looked at the baby again. He had dark skin, soft curls. The man was white. She didn't say anything about it. "Why would they think that?" she asked. The man's jaw tightened. "Because I'm not married. Because I'm young. Because they think money is more important than love." "Who thinks that?" He didn't answer. The baby made a sound, soft, weak. The man's whole body tensed. "He's sick," the man said quietly. "His heart. He needs surgery soon or he won't make it." Sky's throat closed. Then you need a hospital, she said. I can't. Panic flashed across his face. If I go there, they'll take him. They'll say I'm not fit. They'll put him in the system and he'll die waiting. You don't know that. Yes, I do. Tears ran down his face. I've already lost everything trying to save him. I can't lose him too. Sky didn't know what to say. The baby's eyes found hers, big, trusting. He reached one tiny hand toward her. She let him grab her finger. What's his name? She asked. Elior. That's pretty. The man nodded. His breathing was uneven. The blood on his shoulder had soaked through his shirt. You need help, Sky said. I know. Then let me. He looked at her, really looked, like he was trying to figure out if she was real. Why? He asked. Sky didn't have a good answer. Because nobody helped me either, she said. The man closed his eyes. When he opened them, something had changed. Okay, he whispered. Sky stood, held out her hand. The man took it. They stood together, the baby between them. Where do we go? He asked. Somewhere safe, Sky said. She didn't know where that was, but she started walking, and he followed. Sky's apartment was small, one room, a couch that folded out, a kitchen that barely fit two people. The man stood in the doorway holding Elior. He looked out of place, too clean, too polished. You live here alone? He asked. With my foster mom. She works nights. He nodded slowly, didn't ask more questions. Sky cleared the couch, pushed aside textbooks and a blanket. Sit. He did, carefully, like sitting hurt. The baby started crying, soft at first, then louder. The man's hands shook. I don't know what he needs. When did he eat last? This morning, maybe. I don't remember. Sky opened the fridge, found milk, heated it in a mug because she didn't have a bottle. Use this. She handed him a clean cloth. Dip the corner in. Let him suck it. The man stared at her. How do you know that? I raised my little brother before they took him. She didn't say more. The man dipped the cloth, held it to Elior's mouth. The baby latched on, hungry, desperate. Relief flooded the man's face. Sky sat across from him, watched. You need to clean that shoulder, she said. Later. Now. He met her eyes, saw she wasn't asking. Okay. She found the first aid kit under the sink, brought it over. Take off your jacket. He shifted Elior to one arm, struggled with the sleeve. Winced. Let me hold him, Sky said. The man froze. I won't hurt him. Something passed between them. Trust without reason. He handed Elior over. The baby was lighter than Sky expected. Warm. Fragile. His eyes locked onto hers and didn't look away. The man peeled off his jacket. His shirt underneath was ruined, blood soaked through. It's just a graze, he said quickly. That's still bad. She cleaned it with water. He didn't make a sound, just clenched his jaw and stared at Elior. You're good at this, he said quietly. I've had practice. With your brother? With everyone. She wrapped the wound tight, clean, efficient. Done. He pulled his shirt back on, took Elior back. The baby settled immediately. Thank you, the man said. Sky shrugged. You should rest. I can't. Why not? Because if I close my eyes, I'll remember what almost happened tonight. His voice cracked. I'll see them reaching for him. Hear him crying, feel myself failing. You didn't fail. I got shot. You kept him safe. The man looked at her, eyes red, exhausted. I don't even know your name, he said. Sky. Sky. He repeated it like he was memorizing something important. I'm Daniel. Okay. They sat in silence. The apartment was too quiet, too small for everything they weren't saying. Elior fell asleep against Daniel's chest. His breathing was uneven, too fast. His heart, Sky said softly. Daniel nodded. He has 2 weeks, maybe 3. Then it's too late. For surgery? For everything. Sky's chest tightened. She'd seen people give up before. Daniel looked close. What do you need? She asked. Money. Time. A miracle. How much money? He laughed, bitter, empty. More than I have. They froze my accounts, said I was unfit, said giving me access would be irresponsible. Who did? People who think they know better. Sky stood, grabbed her phone. What are you doing? Daniel asked. Figuring it out. There's nothing to figure out. She looked at him. Then why are you still here? He didn't answer, because deep down he hadn't given up yet, and now, neither had she. Morning came too fast. Sky woke to Heir crying, soft, tired, like he didn't have the energy for more. Daniel was already awake. He sat on the couch, holding the baby. His eyes were open but empty. He hadn't slept. How long has he been crying? Sky asked. An hour, maybe more. She touched Heir's forehead. Hot. Too hot. He has a fever. Daniel's face went pale. What do I do? We need to cool him down. Sky grabbed a towel, ran it under cold water. Hold this on his head. Daniel obeyed. His hands trembled. The baby's crying got quieter. Weaker. That's not good, Sky said. What? When they stopped fighting? She'd seen it before, with her brother, right before the seizure. Daniel pulled Heir closer. No. No. We have to take him somewhere. I told you I can't. Then he dies here. The words hit like a slap. Daniel looked at her, then at Heir. The baby's lips were turning blue. There's a clinic, Sky said quickly. Free. They don't ask questions. How far? 20 minutes walking. He doesn't have 20 minutes. Sky grabbed her phone. Then we run. She was out the door before Daniel could argue. He followed. The streets were empty. Early morning. Cold. Daniel held Heir against his chest. The baby didn't cry anymore. Didn't move. Stay with me, Daniel whispered. Please, stay with me. Sky ran ahead, checked intersections, waved him forward. Her lungs burned. Her legs ached. She didn't slow down. The clinic was small. Old building, bars on the windows. Sky pushed through the door. A woman looked up from the desk. Older, tired eyes. We need help, Sky said. The woman saw the baby, stood immediately. Back room, now. They followed. The room smelled like bleach and old paper. A man in scrubs appeared. Not a doctor, maybe a nurse. Put him down, the man said. Daniel hesitated. Sir. Put him down. Daniel laid Heir on the table, stepped back. His whole body shook. The nurse checked the baby's pulse, his breathing, his temperature. How long has he been sick? He was born sick, Daniel said. Heart condition. He needs surgery. When? Soon. 2 weeks. The nurse's face darkened. He won't make it 2 weeks. The room went silent. Daniel grabbed the table edge. What? His body is shutting down. The fever is just a symptom. Then fix it. I can't. He needs a hospital. A real one. I told you I can't take him there. Then you're choosing to let him die. Daniel's knees buckled. He caught himself. Barely. Sky stepped forward. What if we could get the money for the surgery? The nurse shook his head. It's not about money. It's about time. He needs to be in surgery tomorrow. Maybe tonight. That's impossible, Daniel whispered. Then I'm sorry. The nurse stepped back. Heir lay on the table, still, quiet. His chest moved, but barely. Daniel reached for him, picked him up, held him close. I'm sorry, he said into the baby's hair. I'm so sorry. Sky felt her throat close. She'd seen people break before. This was different. This was a father losing everything. Wait, she said. Everyone looked at her. There's one more option. Daniel stared. What? We find the people who froze your accounts. They won't listen. They will if the whole world is watching. Daniel blinked. What are you talking about? Sky pulled out her phone. We make them listen. She opened the camera and pressed record. The camera lens stared back at them. Daniel looked at it, then at Sky. What are you doing? Telling the truth. Nobody cares about the truth. They will. Sky adjusted the angle, made sure Heir was visible. Talk. About what? Everything. Why they took your money? Why they won't let you save him? All of it. Daniel shook his head. It won't change anything. It might. And if it doesn't? Sky met his eyes. Then at least people will know you tried. Daniel looked down at Heir. The baby's breathing was shallow, his skin too pale. He took a breath. My name is Daniel Cross. His voice cracked. This is my son, Heir. He's 3 months old and he's dying. Sky kept the camera steady. 6 months ago, I found out about him. His mother left him at a hospital. Said she couldn't do it. The state called me. Asked if I wanted him. Daniel's jaw tightened. I didn't know I had a son. I didn't know she was pregnant, but when I saw him, I knew I couldn't walk away. He shifted Heir gently. They told me he had a heart condition, that he needed surgery, expensive surgery. I said I'd pay for it. I have the money. My family has money. His voice turned bitter. But my family doesn't think I should have him. They think I'm too young, too irresponsible. They think I'll ruin their name by raising a child out of wedlock. Sky's stomach turned. So they froze my accounts, said I was mentally unstable, got a judge to sign off on it. Now I can't touch a cent. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. I've been trying to fight it, lawyers, court dates, but it takes time. And Heir doesn't have time. The baby made a sound, weak, barely there. He has days, maybe hours, and I can't save him because the people who are supposed to love me would rather see him die than see me happy. His voice broke completely. So I'm asking, begging, if anyone sees this, if anyone knows how to help, please. He looked directly at the camera. I just want my son to live. Sky stopped recording. The room was silent. Daniel wiped his face. That was pointless. No, it wasn't. Sky, trust me. She opened her social media, posted the video. No caption, just the video. Her phone buzzed immediately. 1 share, then another, then 10. Daniel watched the numbers climb. What's happening? People are watching. That doesn't mean they'll help. The phone buzzed again. A message, then another, then 20. Sky's eyes widened. What? Daniel asked. She showed him the screen. Messages from strangers, offering money, offering lawyers, offering contacts at hospitals. One message stood out. I'm a cardiac surgeon. Tell me where you are. Daniel read it twice. This isn't real. It is. People don't just help like this. Some do. Another message appeared. I'm a reporter. I want to cover this story. Your family won't be able to hide anymore. Daniel's hand shook. Sky typed back, sent the clinic address, hit send before she could second guess it. What did you do? Daniel whispered. I gave them a reason to care. The nurse appeared in the doorway. He'd been watching. That was brave, he said quietly. It was desperate, Daniel replied. Same thing sometimes. The phone buzzed again. 50 messages now, 100. The video had been shared 2,000 times. Sky refreshed, 5,000. It's working, she breathed. Daniel stared at the screen, at the messages flooding in, at the people offering help without asking for anything back. I don't understand, he said. You don't have to. Heir stirred, opened his eyes, looked at his father. For the first time all night, Daniel smiled. Hold on, he whispered to his son. Just a little longer. Outside, a car pulled up. Someone knocked on the clinic door. The nurse went to answer it. A woman stepped inside, white coat, confident stride. She looked at Daniel. "I'm Dr. Reeves," she said. "Let me see your son." Dr. Reeves didn't waste time. She examined Elior right there, listened to his heart, checked his breathing. Her face stayed neutral. Daniel watched every movement. "How bad is it?" "Bad." She looked up. "But not hopeless. Can you help him?" "I can try, but we need to move fast." "How fast?" "Tonight, maybe sooner." Daniel's legs nearly gave out. Sky caught his arm. "I have a team ready," Dr. Reeves continued. "We can do the surgery at Memorial. They're preparing a room now." "I can't pay you," Daniel said. "Not yet." "I'm not asking you to." He blinked. "Why?" "Because I saw your video. Because I have a daughter. Because some things matter more than money." Daniel's throat closed. Dr. Reeves pulled out her phone, made a call. "We're coming in. Have the OR ready." She hung up, looked at Daniel. "We need to go now." "Okay. Can you walk?" "Yes." They moved toward the door. Sky followed. Dr. Reeves turned. "You should come too." "Me?" Sky asked. "He'll need support. You both will." Outside, a black car waited. Dr. Reeves opened the door. Daniel climbed in with Elior. Sky slid in beside him. The car pulled away. Daniel stared out the window. His hands wouldn't stop shaking. "What if it doesn't work?" he whispered. "Then we tried," Sky said. "That's not enough." "It has to be." The hospital appeared fast. Tall building, bright lights, people moving quickly. Dr. Reeves led them through a side entrance, avoided the main desk, took them straight to the elevator. "Why are we sneaking?" Daniel asked. "Because your family has lawyers, and lawyers make phone calls." His stomach dropped. "They'll try to stop this." "Not if we're fast. Enough." The elevator opened. 5th floor, surgery wing. Nurses were already waiting. They took Elior from Daniel's arms. "Wait," Daniel said. "I need to—" "You'll see him after," Dr. Reeves said firmly. "Right now, we need to prep him." Daniel tried to follow. A nurse blocked his path. "Sir, you can't go back there. That's my son." "I know, but if you want him to live, you need to let us work." Daniel stood frozen, watching them carry Elior away. The baby didn't cry, didn't look back. The doors closed. Sky touched his shoulder. "He'll be okay." "You don't know that." "No, but I believe it." Daniel sank into a chair, put his head in his hands. A nurse appeared, handed him paperwork. "We need signatures." He took the pen. His hand shook so badly he could barely write. "Next of kin?" the nurse asked. "Me. Just me." "Mother's name?" "She's not in the picture." "Emergency contact?" Daniel looked at Sky. She was the only person in the world who knew where he was right now. Sky. He realized he didn't know her last name. "Patterson," she said quietly. He wrote it down. The nurse took the forms, left. They sat in silence. Minutes felt like hours. A TV in the corner played the news. Daniel wasn't watching. Then he heard it. "Breaking story tonight. A young father's desperate plea for his dying son has gone viral." Daniel's head snapped up. His face filled the screen. The video Sky recorded. Already on the news. Daniel Cross, heir to the Cross Industries fortune, claims his family has cut off his access to funds, preventing him from getting life-saving surgery for his infant son. The anchor's voice was serious, concerned. "The family has not yet commented, but social media is demanding answers." Daniel stared at the screen. "This is everywhere." "Good," Sky said. "My family is going to be furious." "Let them be." His phone rang. He looked at the screen. His father's name. He declined the call. It rang again. Declined. A text came through. "You're making a mistake. Come home. We'll fix this quietly." Daniel's jaw clenched. He typed back. "He's in surgery. I'm not going anywhere." 3 dots appeared, then stopped. No response. Another text came. Different number. This is your uncle. You're embarrassing the family. Stop this now. Daniel blocked the number. More texts poured in. Cousins, business partners, family lawyers. He turned off his phone. They can't touch me here, he said, but his voice shook because he knew they'd try anyway. Dr. Reeves appeared in the hallway, still in street clothes. We're starting in 10 minutes, she said. It'll take about 4 hours, maybe more. Daniel nodded, couldn't speak. He's strong, Dr. Reeves added. Stronger than you think. Then she was gone. The doors closed again, and all Daniel could do was wait. The waiting room was too quiet. Daniel sat forward, elbows on knees, head down. He hadn't moved in 30 minutes. Sky watched him. You should eat something. I'm not hungry. You haven't eaten since yesterday. I don't care. She stood anyway, found a vending machine down the hall, bought crackers and water, came back. Drink this, she said. He took the water. Didn't open it. Daniel. What? He needs you alive too. That got through. Daniel opened the bottle, took a sip, then another. Sky sat beside him. Tell me about him. About who? Heir, before he got sick. Daniel's face softened, just slightly. He smiled once. 2 weeks ago, I thought maybe I imagined it, but the nurse said it was real. What made him smile? I was singing, badly, this old song my mom used to sing. What song? You Are My Sunshine. Sky's chest tightened. That's a good one. He stopped crying, looked right at me, and smiled. Daniel's voice cracked. I took a picture. It's the only one I have where he looks happy. Can I see? Daniel pulled out his phone, turned it on, ignored the flood of messages. He found the photo, showed her. Heir's face. Tiny. Perfect. The smallest smile. He's beautiful, Sky said. He is. They sat with that for a moment. What happens after? Sky asked. After the surgery? I don't know. My family won't stop. They'll fight for custody. Say I'm unfit. You're not. A judge might think differently. Then we fight back. Daniel looked at her. Why are you doing this? Doing what? Helping me. You don't even know me. Sky was quiet. Then, when I was 9, my brother got sick. Really sick. We needed medicine, but my mom couldn't afford it. Nobody helped. Everyone said it wasn't their problem. She paused. He died 3 days later. Daniel's breath caught. I promised myself if I ever saw someone who needed help, I wouldn't walk away. She met his eyes. So, I'm not walking away. Daniel didn't know what to say. A door opened down the hall. They both stood. A nurse appeared, young, tired. Family of a Liar Cross? That's me, Daniel said quickly. The surgery is still going. Dr. Reeves wanted you to know it's progressing well. Relief flooded Daniel's face. He's okay? So far, but we're not done yet. How much longer? At least 2 more hours. Daniel nodded. Thank you. The nurse left. He sat back down, put his face in his hands. 2 more hours, he whispered. Sky's phone buzzed. She checked it. Her eyes widened. What? Daniel asked. The video. It's at 3 million views. What? She showed him. Comments flooded in. Thousands of them. This family is disgusting. Let him save his son. I'm a lawyer. I'll represent you for free. Sharing this everywhere. They can't hide. Daniel scrolled through them. His hands shook. People are outside, Sky said. Outside where? Here, the hospital. She showed him another post. Someone had figured out where they were, posted it online. Now 50 people stood outside holding signs. Let Daniel save his son. Money isn't more important than family. We stand with Heir. Daniel stared at the screen. I don't understand. They don't know me. They don't have to. But why do they care? Because everyone knows what it's like to feel powerless. Sky's voice was soft. You gave them a reason to fight for something. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. He didn't try to stop them. I was ready to give up, he admitted. Last night, before I met you. I thought maybe it would be easier to just let go. But you didn't. No, because you love him. More than anything. The words hung between them. Another hour passed, then another. Finally, the doors opened. Dr. Reeves stepped out, still in scrubs, mask pulled down. Daniel shot to his feet. He's alive. Daniel's knees buckled. Sky caught him. The surgery went well, Dr. Reeves continued. We repaired the valve. His heart is beating on its own. Can I see him? Soon. He's in recovery. We need to monitor him closely for the next few hours. But he's going to be okay? Dr. Reeves smiled, small but real. He's going to be okay. Daniel covered his face, sobbed. Sky put a hand on his back, said nothing. Sometimes there were no words, only relief. They let Daniel see Eleor an hour later. The baby lay in a clear box, wires everywhere, monitors beeping. His chest rose and fell steadily. Daniel stood at the edge, afraid to touch him. You can hold his hand, the nurse said gently. Daniel reached in. His finger found Eleor's palm. The baby's hand closed around it. He knows you're here, the nurse added. Daniel couldn't speak, just stood there, crying silently. Sky waited by the door, gave him space. After a while, Daniel looked back. Come here. She stepped forward. He should know you too, Daniel said. You saved him as much as anyone. Sky touched Eleor's other hand. The baby didn't open his eyes, but his grip tightened slightly. Hi, Eleor, she whispered. They stood like that, the three of them, connected. A doctor entered, older man, clipboard in hand. Mr. Cross? Daniel straightened. Yes? I'm Dr. Patel. I oversee this unit. He glanced at the monitors. Your son is doing remarkably well. When can he go home? Not for a while. We need to keep him here at least 2 weeks. Make sure there's no infection, no complications. Daniel nodded. I'll stay. You should rest too. I can rest here. Dr. Patel studied him. Your father called. Daniel's whole body tensed. What did he say? He wants to speak with you. Says it's urgent. Tell him no. He's on his way here. Daniel's jaw clenched. He can't take Eleor. He can't. Not legally. You're still the parent. Dr. Patel paused. But he can make things difficult. Let him try. The doctor left. Sky moved closer. What will you do? Stay with my son. Your father will bring lawyers. I don't care. Daniel, I'm not leaving him. His voice was firm, final. Not for my father, not for anyone. Sky believed him. 30 minutes later, voices echoed down the hall. Daniel heard them first. His father's voice. Deep, commanding, used to being obeyed. Where is he? A nurse tried to stop him. Sir, you need to. I don't need to do anything. That's my grandson. The door opened. Richard Cross stepped inside. Tall, silver hair, expensive suit. Everything about him screamed power. He looked at Daniel, then at Eleor. His face stayed cold. This has gone far enough, Richard said. Daniel didn't move. Get out. You've embarrassed this family, made us look like monsters. You are monsters. Richard's eyes flashed. We were protecting you. By letting my son die? By helping you see reason. You're not ready for this responsibility. I just saved his life. With whose money? Richard shot back. A stranger's? Some doctor who wanted attention? With people who actually care. Richard stepped closer. You think this is over? You think one surgery fixes everything? It fixes him dying. He'll need more care, more money, more surgeries down the line. Richard's voice was cold. And when your little internet friends move on, who do you think will be left? Daniel met his father's eyes. Me. You can't do this alone. I'm not alone. Richard glanced at Sky. Dismissed her immediately. A child? Someone who showed up when you didn't, Daniel said. Richard's face hardened. Come home, apologize. We'll pay for everything, the surgery, the care, all of it. And Elior? We'll figure something out, like adoption, foster care, some family who you approve of. Richard didn't deny it. Daniel's voice shook. Get out. Daniel, I said get out. You're making a mistake. The only mistake I made was thinking you'd choose me over your reputation. Richard stared at his son. Something flickered in his eyes. Regret, maybe, or anger, hard to tell. When this falls apart, Richard said quietly, don't come crawling back. I won't. Richard turned, walked to the door, stopped. You were always too soft, he said without looking back. Then he was gone. Daniel's hands shook. He gripped the side of Elior's bed. Sky touched his arm. You okay? No. His voice cracked. But I will be. A nurse appeared. Sir? There are reporters outside. They want a statement. Daniel looked at Elior. At Sky. At the monitors proving his son was alive. Tell them I'll talk. Are you sure? Sky asked. They need to know what happened here. Daniel straightened. And my family needs to know I'm not backing down. He kissed Elior's forehead, then walked toward the door, toward the cameras, toward the fight that was just beginning. The cameras were waiting outside. At least 20 of them, reporters, lights, microphones pushed forward. Daniel stopped at the hospital entrance. Security held people back. Mr. Cross, how is your son? Did your family really cut you off? What do you want people to know? Daniel raised a hand. The crowd quieted. My son is alive, he said. His voice was steady now. Thanks to Dr. Reeves and her team. Thanks to strangers who cared more about his life than their own comfort. Someone shouted another question. Daniel kept talking. My family had the power to help. They chose not to. They wanted to control me more than they wanted to save him. The cameras flashed. So I'm done. Done pretending money matters more than love. Done letting them decide what kind of father I should be? A reporter stepped forward. What will you do now? Raise my son. Without them, how will you support yourself? I'll figure it out. Your father says you're not ready for this. Daniel's jaw tightened. My father hasn't held Elior once, hasn't asked his name, hasn't cared if he lived or died. He paused. So his opinion means nothing. The silence was heavy. One more thing, Daniel added, to everyone who shared the video, who donated, who stood outside with signs. Thank you. You saved my son's life. He turned and walked back inside. The questions kept coming, but he didn't look back. Sky was waiting in the hall. That was brave. That was necessary. They returned to Elior's room. The baby was awake now, eyes open, looking around. Daniel picked him up carefully, wires and all. Hey, buddy, he whispered. You did so good today. Elior made a small sound, not crying, just talking in his own way. I know, Daniel said. I know it hurt. But you're okay now. Sky watched them. This moment. Father and son. Finally safe. Her phone buzzed. She checked it. Her face went pale. What? Daniel asked. The video. It's at 10 million views. What? She showed him. The number kept climbing. Daniel scrolled through comments. This man is a hero. His family should be ashamed. I'm crying. This is what love looks like. Then he saw another notification. A news article. Cross Industries under fire after viral video. He opened it. The article tore his family apart, detailed their history of control, their pattern of cutting off anyone who didn't obey. Other family members came forward, cousins who'd been disowned, employees who'd been silenced. They're destroying them, Daniel said quietly. Is that bad? Sky asked. I don't know. Part of him felt relief. Part of him felt guilt. They were still his family. His phone rang, Unknown number. He answered. Hello? Mr. Cross? This is Jennifer Wu. I'm a family lawyer. I didn't hire a lawyer. I know. I'm offering my services for free. Daniel blinked. Why? Because what your family did was wrong, and I want to make sure they never take Elior from you. They can't, right? I'm his father. They can try. They have money, connections, judges who owe them favors. Daniel's stomach dropped. So what do? Let me help you. I'll file paperwork tomorrow. Establish full custody. Block any attempts they make. How much will this cost? Nothing. Consider it. Pro bono. Daniel sat down. I don't understand why everyone is helping me. Because you reminded people what matters. Jennifer's voice was kind. Most of us are just trying to get through the day. You showed us something worth fighting for. I just wanted to save my son. Exactly. They talked for 10 more minutes. Jennifer explained the process, the timeline, what to expect. When Daniel hung up, he felt lighter. She's going to help, he told Sky. Good. I think we might actually win this. Sky smiled. I know you will. A nurse entered. Mr. Cross, someone left this at the front desk. She handed him an envelope. Daniel opened it. Inside was a check. $20,000. A note was attached, for Elior's future, from a mother who understands. No name, no return address. Daniel stared at it. People I've never met are giving me money. Because they believe in you, Sky said. I'm nobody. You're a father who refused to give up. That's not nobody. Daniel looked at Elior. The baby was asleep again. Peaceful. What if I mess this up? Daniel whispered. You won't. How do you know? Because you're already doing the hardest part. What's that? Staying. Daniel felt tears again. He was so tired of crying. But maybe crying was okay now. Maybe it meant he still cared. His phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Your mother wants to see you. Daniel stared at the message. His mother, who hadn't called, hadn't visited, hadn't asked about Elior once. He deleted the text. Some bridges were meant to burn. 3 days passed. Elior got stronger. His color returned. The monitors beeped less urgently. Daniel stayed every night, slept in a chair, ate when nurses forced him to. Sky came every afternoon, brought him clean clothes, made him shower, made sure he didn't disappear into himself. You need to go home, Daniel said one evening. I am home, Sky replied. Your foster mom must be worried. She knows where I am. Daniel looked at her. Really looked. Why are you still here? Sky was quiet for a moment. Because you need someone. You barely know me. I know enough. They sat in comfortable silence. Elior slept between them. A knock came at the door. A woman stepped in. Mid-40s, kind eyes. She wore a hospital badge. Mr. Cross, I'm Sarah Chen, Social Services. Daniel's whole body tensed. What do you want? Just to talk. May I sit? He nodded slowly. Sarah pulled up a chair. I've been following your story. I wanted to check on you personally. Are you here to take him? No. Her voice was gentle. I'm here to make sure you're okay. I'm fine. You've been through a lot. Your son almost died. Your family turned their back on you. That's not fine. Daniel's throat tightened. I'm not your enemy, Sarah continued. I want to help. Everyone says that. I mean it. She glanced at Elior. He's beautiful. He is. Have you thought about what happens when he's discharged? I'll take care of him. Where will you live? Daniel hesitated. I'm figuring that out. Your accounts are still frozen? Yes. So you have no income, no home, no support system. Each word hit like a punch. I have Sky, Daniel said. Sarah looked at Sky, smiled softly. That's good. But she's a minor. She can't be your only resource. Then what do you suggest? Sarah pulled out a folder. There are programs, housing assistance, Job placement. Childcare support. I can help you apply. Daniel stared at the papers. I don't want charity. It's not charity. It's help. There's a difference. He didn't know how to argue with that. Let me do this, Sarah said. Let me make sure Heir has what he needs when he leaves here. Daniel looked at his son, then back at Sarah. Okay, he whispered. Sarah smiled. Good. I'll start the paperwork tomorrow. She stood to leave, paused at the door. You're doing better than you think, she said. Then she was gone. Sky touched Daniel's arm. See? People want to help. I don't know how to accept help. You just did. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He stood by Heir's bed, watched him breathe, thought about everything that had changed. A week ago he had money but no hope. Now he had nothing but his son was alive. Somehow that felt like winning. His phone buzzed. Another text. Different number. This is your brother. We need to talk. Daniel stared at it. Marcus, 2 years older, always followed their father's rules. He almost deleted it. Then curiosity won. About what? 3 dots appeared. About what you said. About family. Daniel waited. You were right. I'm sorry. Daniel read it 3 times. Sorry doesn't change anything. I know, but I needed to say it. Another pause. I saw Heir's picture. He looks like you when you were a baby. Something in Daniel's chest cracked. I wouldn't know. Nobody kept my baby pictures. I did. Daniel sat down. Why? Because you're my brother. That matters more than money. Daniel's hands shook. Where were you when I needed you? Being a coward, following Dad instead of my heart. And now I'm done following him. Daniel didn't know what to say. Can I visit? The question hung there. Daniel looked at Heir, at Sky sleeping in the corner chair, at the life he was building from nothing. Not yet. I understand. Maybe someday. I'll wait. The conversation ended. Daniel put his phone down, felt something shift inside him. Forgiveness wasn't easy, but maybe it was possible. Dr. Reeves came in for rounds. How's our little fighter? Strong, Daniel said. She checked the monitors. He'll be ready to leave in about 10 days. That fast? He's healing beautifully. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I'm just being here. That's everything. She smiled. You know, I've been a surgeon for 20 years. I've seen a lot of fathers. Most of them crumble under pressure. I almost did. But you didn't. That's what counts. She left. Sky woke up, stretched. What time is it? Early. Go back to sleep. You should sleep too. I will. But he didn't. He just stood there, watching his son breathe, thinking about how close he'd come to losing everything, and how grateful he was that a girl in a red cardigan decided to stop walking. The apartment Sarah found was small. 2 rooms, old building, but clean, safe, affordable. Daniel stood in the empty space, tried to imagine it as home. It's perfect, Sky said. It's tiny. It's yours. That mattered more than size. Sarah appeared in the doorway. The lease is month to month. Rent is covered for the first 3 months through the assistance program. After that, you'll need income. I'll find work, Daniel said. What kind of work? He'd been thinking about that. I have a business degree. I can do consulting, freelance. That takes time to build. I have time now. Sarah nodded. There's a daycare 2 blocks away. They have openings. It's subsidized. Daniel felt his chest tighten. I have to leave him? You have to survive, Sarah said gently. And that means working. She was right. He knew that. But the thought of leaving Heir with strangers made him sick. We'll visit it together, Sky offered. Make sure it's good. Daniel looked at her. You don't have to keep helping. I know. Then why? Sky shrugged. Because I want to. The next day they went to the daycare. Bright walls, clean floors, teachers who smiled when they talked. The director was a woman named Patricia. Gray hair, warm eyes. Tell me about Heir, she said. Daniel explained everything. The surgery, the recovery, the special care he'd need. Patricia listened without interrupting. We can handle that, she said when he finished. You're sure? I've been doing this for 30 years. Trust me. Daniel wanted to, but trust was hard now. Patricia seemed to understand. How about this? Bring him for an hour. Stay with him. See how he does. When? Tomorrow. They agreed. That night Daniel couldn't sleep again. He sat in the new apartment, empty except for a donated mattress. No furniture, no pictures, nothing that felt like home yet. His phone rang. Unknown number again. He answered. Hello? Daniel, it's Mom. He almost hung up. Please don't, she said quickly. Just listen. He stayed silent. I saw the video, all of it, what your father did, what I didn't do. Her voice cracked. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't help, Heir. I know, but I need you to know I didn't agree with your father. I wanted to help, but you didn't. No, I didn't, and I'll regret that forever. Daniel closed his eyes. Why are you calling now? Because I want to meet him, my grandson. Now you care? I always cared. I was just too weak to show it. Daniel's anger warred with something else, something softer. He almost died, Daniel said quietly. And you weren't there. I know. Do you? Do you know what it's like to watch your child stop breathing? To feel completely helpless? His mother was crying now. No, but I know what it's like to fail my child. And I did that to you. The words hung between them. I don't forgive you, Daniel said. I don't expect you to. But maybe someday I will. His mother's breath caught. That's more than I deserve. It's all I have right now. They sat in silence. Can I send something? She asked. For Heir? Clothes or... No. Daniel, if you want to help, stand up to Dad. Tell him he's wrong. Choose us over him. He's my husband, and I'm your son. More silence. I'll think about it, she whispered. Don't think. Decide. He hung up. His hands shook. His heart pounded. Sky appeared in the doorway. You okay? I don't know. She sat beside him on the mattress. That was your mom? Yeah. What did she want? Forgiveness. Are you going to give it to her? Daniel looked at the empty apartment, at the life he was building from scratch. Not yet, he said. Maybe not ever. That's okay. Is it? Yeah. You get to decide who deserves your energy. Daniel leaned back against the wall. When did you get so smart? I've always been smart, you just noticed. That made him smile. First real smile in days. His phone buzzed again. A message from Jennifer, the lawyer. Custody hearing scheduled. 2 weeks. Be ready. Daniel showed Sky. What does that mean? She asked. It means my family is fighting back. Can they win? I don't know. But he knew one thing. He wasn't giving up. Not now. Not ever. Heir was coming home in 6 days, and Daniel would be ready, whatever it took. The apartment was empty now, but soon it would be filled, with toys, with laughter, with life, with everything that mattered. He stood, looked around the space. Let's go shopping, he said. For what? For our son's first home. Sky smiled, and for the first time, Daniel felt like maybe, just maybe, everything would be okay. The furniture came from donations, a crib from a woman whose kids had grown, a rocking chair from a church, baby clothes in boxes left at the hospital front desk. Daniel assembled the crib himself. It took 3 hours and 2 YouTube videos. Sky sat on the floor organizing clothes. This one's cute. She held up a onesie with a tiny elephant. Daniel smiled. Heir will look good in that. Everything looks good on babies. True. They worked in comfortable silence, building something together without saying it out loud. A knock came at the door. Daniel opened it. Marcus stood there, hands in pockets, looking nervous. Hi, Marcus said. Daniel didn't move. What are you doing here? You said maybe someday. I thought I'd try. I said not yet. I know, but I needed to see you. Daniel wanted to close the door, but something stopped him. 5 minutes, he said. Marcus stepped inside, looked around, saw the crib, the clothes, the beginning of a home. This is nice, Marcus said. It's small. It's honest. Daniel crossed his arms. What do you want? Marcus pulled an envelope from his jacket. This. What is it? Money. 50,000. From my personal account, not the family trust. Daniel stared at it. I don't want your money. It's not for you. It's for Heir. Same thing. No, it's not. Marcus set the envelope on the counter. I can't take back what I didn't do, but I can help now. Why? Because you're my brother. Because that baby deserves better than what we got. Daniel's throat tightened. Dad called me a traitor, Marcus continued. Said if I help you, I'm out too. And I told him to go to hell. Daniel blinked. Marcus never talked back, never challenged their father. You did that? Yeah, Marcus smiled weakly. It felt good. Sky watched from across the room, silent but present. I don't know what to say, Daniel admitted. Say you'll take it. Please, let me do this one thing right. Daniel looked at the envelope, at his brother, at the bridge between them that was still standing. Okay, he whispered. Marcus exhaled, relief flooding his face. Can I see him? Marcus asked. Heir? He's still at the hospital. I know, but when he comes home? Daniel hesitated, then nodded. When he comes home? Marcus smiled. Real this time. Thank you. He turned to leave. Stopped. I'm proud of you, Marcus said, in case nobody else said it. Then he was gone. Daniel stood there, holding the envelope. Sky walked over. That was big. Yeah. You okay? I think so. She bumped his shoulder. Look at you. Making peace. I'm not ready to forgive them. You don't have to be. But you let him try. That counts. Daniel opened the envelope. Inside was a check and a note. For Heir's future. I'm sorry I wasn't there for his start. Daniel folded it carefully. Put it away. We should finish the room, he said. They worked until evening. The crib was ready. Clothes folded. A small lamp in the corner casting warm light. It looked like a nursery now, like someone lived here. Daniel's phone buzzed. Message from Dr. Reeves. Heir is doing great. Discharge set for Monday. 10 a.m. Monday. 4 days away. Daniel's chest felt tight, excited and terrified at once. He's coming home, he told Sky. I know. What if I mess up? You will. Everyone does. That's not comforting. It's honest. She smiled. But messing up doesn't mean failing. It just means learning. Daniel sat in the rocking chair, tested it, creaked slightly but held. My mom used to rock me in a chair like this, he said quietly. Before everything got complicated. Maybe you'll remember how it felt, Sky said, and give that to Heir. I want to. Then you will. Night came. Sky left to check in with her foster mom, promised to come back tomorrow. Daniel stayed, sat in the empty apartment that was slowly becoming full. He thought about Marcus, about his mom, about the family that broke and the family he was building. His phone rang. Jennifer, the lawyer. Daniel? We need to talk about the hearing. What about it? Your father hired the best custody lawyer in the state. This won't be easy. I didn't think it would be. They're going to argue you're unstable, that you manipulated people online for sympathy, that Heir deserves better. Daniel's jaw clenched. What do I do? Tell the truth. Show up. Prove you're the father Heir needs. That's it? That's everything. They talked through the details. What to expect. What to wear. How to answer questions. When she hung up, Daniel felt the weight return. The hearing was in 10 days. 10 days to prove he deserved his own son. He stood, walked to the crib, ran his hand along the edge. "I'm not losing you," he whispered into the empty room. "I don't care what they say, what they do. You're mine." The room didn't answer, but somehow he felt less alone. He grabbed his keys, locked the door, headed back to the hospital. Because even though Elior was asleep, Daniel wanted to be there when he woke up. That's what fathers did. They showed up, again and again, even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. Monday came fast. Daniel arrived at the hospital early. Couldn't sleep, couldn't sit still. Dr. Reeves met him in Elior's room. "Ready?" "No," she smiled. "Good answer. Nobody's ever ready." She handed him a folder. Care instructions, medicine schedules, emergency numbers. "He needs to be seen every 2 weeks. We'll monitor his heart, make sure everything's healing right. What if something goes wrong? You call me, anytime." Day or night, Daniel nodded, tried to breathe. A nurse brought Elior in, already dressed, tiny blue outfit someone had donated. "Here's your boy," the nurse said softly. Daniel took him, felt the weight, the warmth, the realness of it. "We're going home," he whispered. Elior blinked up at him, calm, trusting. Sky appeared in the doorway. "Ready?" "As I'll ever be." They walked through the hospital together. Nurses stopped to say goodbye. Some hugged Daniel, others just smiled. "Take care of that baby," one said. "I will." Outside, the morning air was cold. Daniel wrapped Elior's blanket tighter. A car waited. Sarah had arranged it. A volunteer driver who helped families in need. The woman behind the wheel was older, kind face. "Congratulations," she said. "Thank you." They drove in silence. Daniel held Elior the whole way. Didn't let go once. When they reached the apartment, Daniel's hands shook, unlocking the door. "You got this," Sky said. He pushed it open. The nursery looked different now. Ready. Waiting. Daniel laid Elior in the crib. The baby looked so small there. So fragile. "What do I do now?" Daniel asked. "Whatever feels right." He pulled up the rocking chair. Sat beside the crib. Just watched. Elior's eyes started to close, fighting sleep. Daniel started humming, "You Are My Sunshine," off-key but steady. Elior's eyes opened once, found his father's face, then closed again. He was asleep in minutes. Daniel exhaled, felt tears coming. Let them fall. "You did it," Sky whispered. "We did it." She sat on the floor beside him. "What happens now?" "I learn how to be a dad. You already are one. I don't feel like it yet. Feeling comes later. Showing up comes first." They sat like that, watching Elior sleep, listening to him breathe. Hours passed. Elior woke, cried. Daniel fed him, changed him, rocked him back to sleep. It was messy, awkward. He spilled formula twice, put the diaper on backwards once. But Elior didn't care. He just looked at Daniel like he was the whole world. That night, Daniel's phone rang, his father's number. He let it ring. Then a voicemail. He almost deleted it. Curiosity won. "Daniel, it's your father. I know you don't want to hear from me, but I need to say this." A pause. "What you're doing is foolish. You're throwing away your future for a child who isn't even yours by blood." Daniel's grip tightened. "But I watched the video again, saw the way you looked at him, the way you fought for him." Another pause. Longer this time. "Maybe I was wrong about you." Daniel froze. "Maybe you're stronger than I thought. Maybe I'm the one who's weak." His father's voice cracked. "I won't stop the custody hearing. My lawyers are already involved, but I wanted you to know I'm sorry. For what that's worth." The message ended. Daniel stared at his phone. An apology from a man who never apologized. It didn't fix anything. But it was something. He deleted the voicemail anyway. Some wounds needed more than words. Sky left around midnight. Promised to come back tomorrow. Daniel stayed awake, fed Elior at 2, changed him at 4, rocked him until sunrise. Exhaustion hit him like a wall, but when Elior smiled in his sleep, it all felt worth it. A knock came at the door around 8. Daniel opened it. Sarah stood there with groceries. "Thought you might need these," she said. "You didn't have to." "I know." She stepped inside, saw the nursery, smiled. "You made it work." "Barely. That's all anyone does." She helped him put away food, showed him how to make formula faster, how to burp Elior properly. "You're doing fine," she said before leaving. "Doesn't feel like it. It never does. But look at him." Daniel looked. Elior was awake, content, safe. "He's happy," Sarah said. "That means you're doing it right." After she left, Daniel sat in the rocking chair again, held Elior close. "It's just you and me now," he whispered. "And I know I'm going to mess up, a lot. But I promise I'll never stop trying." Elior grabbed his finger, held tight, and Daniel realized something. He wasn't alone. He had Sky, Marcus, Sarah, Dr. Reeves, Jennifer, strangers who still sent messages asking how Elior was doing. He had an army behind him, and his family didn't stand a chance. The first week home was brutal. Elior cried every 2 hours. Daniel forgot to eat, forgot to sleep, forgot what day it was. Sky came every afternoon, found him exhausted, barely standing. "When did you sleep last?" she asked. "I don't remember." "That's bad. I'm fine." "You're not." She took Elior from his arms. "Go. Sleep. 2 hours. But I got him. Go." Daniel collapsed on the mattress, asleep before his head hit the pillow. He woke 3 hours later, panicked, ran to the nursery. Sky sat in the rocking chair, Elior asleep against her chest. "Why didn't you wake me?" Daniel asked. "Because you needed rest." "What if something happened?" "Nothing happened. He's fine. You're fine. Breathe." Daniel sat on the floor, head in hands. "I can't do this," he whispered. "Yes, you can. I'm failing. You're learning. There's a difference." Daniel looked up. "How are you so calm?" "I'm not. I'm just better at hiding it." That made him laugh. First time in days. Elior stirred, opened his eyes, saw Daniel and reached for him. Daniel took him, held him close. "Hey, buddy, I'm here." Elior settled immediately. "See," Sky said. "He knows you, trusts you. That's not failing." Daniel's phone buzzed. Message from Jennifer. "Hearing is in 3 days. Final prep tomorrow at 2 p.m. Don't be late." 3 days. Daniel felt sick. "I have to meet with the lawyer tomorrow," he told Sky. "I'll stay with Elior." "You sure?" "Yeah, you need to focus." The next day, Daniel met Jennifer at a coffee shop downtown. She had files spread across the table, papers everywhere. "Sit," she said. He sat. "Your father's lawyer is going to attack everything. Your age, your living situation, your financial instability, the video. The video helped. They'll say you manipulated people, used your son for sympathy." Daniel's jaw clenched. "That's not true." "I know, but they'll try to make it look true." Jennifer leaned forward. "You need to stay calm in there, no matter what they say. No outbursts, no anger." "What if I can't?" "Then you lose." The words hit hard. "They'll also question why Elior's mother isn't involved," Jennifer continued. "She abandoned him." "They'll say you're hiding her, that you coerced her into leaving." "That's insane." "That's strategy." Jennifer pulled out another paper. "We need her statement, proof she left voluntarily." "I don't know where she is." "Find her. You have 3 days." Daniel felt panic rising. "How?" "Social media, hospital records, anything. Just find her." He left the coffee shop feeling worse than when he arrived. Back at the apartment, Sky had Elior fed and changed. "How'd it go?" she asked. "Bad. I need to find Elior's mother." "Do you know anything about her?" "Her name. That's it. Maya Rodriguez." Sky pulled out her phone. Let me try something. She searched Facebook, Instagram, found 3 Maya Rodriguez profiles in the city. This one, Sky said, posted 6 months ago about giving birth. Then nothing. Daniel looked. It was her. Had to be. Can you message her? Sky asked. Daniel's hands shook. He typed. Maya, it's Daniel. I need to talk. About Heir, please. He hit send. They waited. 1 hour, 2, no response. Maybe she blocked you, Sky said. Maybe. Daniel tried calling the hospital, asked if they had contact info for Maya. We can't give that out, the receptionist said. It's about my son. His mother abandoned him. I need her statement for court. I'm sorry. Privacy laws. He hung up, felt helpless. That night, his phone buzzed. Unknown number. This is Maya. Daniel's heart stopped. I saw your video. Everyone did. He typed fast. I need your help. My family is trying to take Heir. I need you to tell the court you left voluntarily, that I didn't force you. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Why should I help you? Because he's your son too. I gave him up. That makes him yours. Then tell them that. Please. They're saying I'm unfit, that he should go to someone else. A long pause. When's the hearing? Friday. 10 a.m. Family court downtown. I'll think about it. Maya, please. I'm begging you. No response. Daniel stared at the phone, willing her to answer. Nothing came. He put the phone down, looked at Heir sleeping peacefully in the crib. I don't know what else to do, he whispered. Sky touched his shoulder. You did what you could. Now we wait. What if she doesn't show? Then we fight harder. Daniel wanted to believe that, but doubt crept in. What if fighting wasn't enough? What if his father won? What if he lost Heir forever? He couldn't breathe thinking about it. So he didn't think. He just held his son and hoped that love would be enough. Thursday night, Daniel couldn't sleep. The hearing was tomorrow. Maya hadn't responded again. Nothing. He sat in the dark holding Heir. The baby slept, but Daniel's mind raced. What would he say? How would he prove he was enough? His phone lit up. Message from Marcus. I'm coming tomorrow. To the hearing. You shouldn't be alone. Daniel's chest tightened. You don't have to. I want to. You're my brother. Another message came. From a number he didn't recognize. This is Patricia. From the daycare. I heard about the hearing. I wrote a letter for the judge. You're a good father. I'll make sure they know. Then another. From Dr. Reeves. I'll be there tomorrow. With medical records. They'll show how well you've cared for Heir. Message after message. Sarah, the nurse from the clinic. People he'd met once. Twice. People who barely knew him. All saying the same thing. We're with you. Daniel's hand shook. He couldn't speak, could barely breathe. Sky appeared in the doorway. You okay? He shook his head. Showed her the messages. She read them. Smiled. See? You're not alone. I don't deserve this. Yes, you do. Why are they helping me? Because you showed them something real. Something worth protecting. Daniel looked at Heir. I'm scared. I know. What if I lose him? You won't. You can't promise that. No, but I believe it anyway. Morning came too fast. Daniel dressed in the only suit he had. Marcus brought it weeks ago. Before everything fell apart, it still fit. Barely. Sky helped with Heir, fed him, changed him, dressed him in the nicest outfit they had. He looks perfect, she said. Daniel picked up his son, stared at his face. Whatever happens today, Daniel whispered, I want you to know I tried. I tried so hard. Heir grabbed his finger. The courthouse was downtown, gray building, cold steps. Daniel walked in holding Heir, Sky beside him. Marcus waited inside, dressed sharp, confident. "Ready?" Marcus asked. "No." "Good. Neither was I the first time I stood up to Dad." They walked to the courtroom. Jennifer met them outside. "Maya?" Daniel asked. Jennifer shook her head. "Nothing yet." Daniel's stomach dropped. "We'll work without her," Jennifer said. "We have enough." "Are you sure?" "No. But we fight anyway." The courtroom doors opened. Daniel's father sat on the other side. Expensive suit, 3 lawyers beside him. He didn't look at Daniel, didn't acknowledge him. The judge entered. Older woman, stern face. "Please, be seated." Everyone sat. The judge looked at the files, then at Daniel. "Mr. Cross, you're here to maintain custody of Heir Cross?" "Yes, Your Honor." "And Mr. Richard Cross, you're seeking custody on behalf of the family trust?" Daniel's father stood. "Yes, Your Honor, for the child's best interest." The words felt like knives. The judge nodded. "We'll hear opening statements. Mr. Cross Sr., you first." Richard's lawyer stood. Tall man, cold eyes. "Your Honor, this case is simple. Daniel Cross is 25 years old, unemployed, living in a subsidized apartment. He has no support system, no stability, no way to provide the life this child deserves." Daniel's hands clenched. "Furthermore, Mr. Cross orchestrated a media campaign designed to manipulate public sympathy. He used his son's illness for personal gain." "That's not true," Daniel said quietly. The judge looked at him. "You'll have your turn, Mr. Cross." The lawyer continued. "The Cross family can provide resources, education, health care, everything this child needs to thrive. Daniel Cross can provide desperation." He sat down. Jennifer stood. "Your Honor, desperation is not the same as love, and love is what Heir needs most." She gestured to Daniel. "My client fought for his son when no one else would. He sacrificed his family, his fortune, his future, not for sympathy, not for gain, but because he's a father." She pulled out papers. "I have letters from Dr. Reeves, from Patricia Chen, from Sarah from Social Services, all attesting to Daniel's care, his commitment, his love." The judge took the papers, read silently. "I also have medical records," Jennifer continued, "showing Heir's remarkable recovery under Daniel's care. This child is thriving, not in spite of Daniel, because of him." She sat. The judge looked at both sides. "I'd like to hear from Mr. Daniel Cross directly." Daniel stood, legs shaking. "What do you want to say?" the judge asked. Daniel looked at Heir, at his father, at everyone watching. "I'm not perfect," he started. "I mess up. I'm learning. But I show up. Every day, every night, when he cries, when he's scared, when he needs someone." His voice cracked. "My father can give him money. I can give him love. And I think love matters more." The courtroom was silent. The judge's expression didn't change. "Anything else?" Daniel opened his mouth. The doors burst open. Everyone turned. Maya stood there, breathing hard, like she'd been running. "I'm sorry I'm late," she said. "No way. The mother who abandoned him just showed up to save him?" If your heart is racing right now, smash that subscribe button because you need to see what happens next. Comment Team Daniel if you think he deserves to keep his son. Let's see how many of us are rooting for him. Maya walked down the aisle. She looked different, thinner, tired, but determined. The judge frowned. "Who are you?" "Maya Rodriguez, Heir's mother." The courtroom erupted. Whispers everywhere. The judge banged her gavel. "Order. Ms. Rodriguez, you're not on the witness list." "I know, but I need to speak." Richard's lawyer stood. "Your Honor, this is highly irregular." "I'll allow it," the judge said. Briefly. Maya stepped forward, looked at Daniel. Her eyes were apologetic. "I left Heir at the hospital 6 months ago," she said. "I was scared. Alone. I didn't know how to be a mother. Her voice shook. The hospital called Daniel, told him he had a son. I expected him to walk away. Most men would. She turned to the judge. He didn't. He came immediately, held Heir, cried, asked what he needed to do. Maya's eyes filled with tears. I signed away my rights that day, not because Daniel forced me, not because anyone pressured me, because I saw something in his eyes I didn't have. Hope. She looked at Richard. His family told him to walk away, threatened him, cut him off, but he stayed anyway. Maya walked closer to Daniel, to Heir. I've been watching, following the story. I saw what Daniel did, how he fought, how he refused to give up. She touched Elior's hand gently. I made mistakes, big ones, but leaving Heir with Daniel wasn't one of them. She faced the judge again. He's a good father, the best Heir could have, and if anyone tries to take him away, they'll have to answer to me too. Maya stepped back. The courtroom was silent. Richard's lawyer cleared his throat. Your Honor, this changes nothing. Emotional testimony doesn't negate the facts. What facts? The judge asked. That Daniel Cross cannot provide. He already has, Maya interrupted. Heir is alive because of Daniel, not because of money, because of love. The judge looked at the files again. At Daniel, at Heir sleeping peacefully in his arms. I'd like to speak with the child's doctors, she said. Dr. Reeves, you're present? Dr. Reeves stood. Yes, Your Honor. In your medical opinion, is Heir receiving adequate care? More than adequate. Exceptional. Explain. Heir had a critical heart condition. Post-surgery, he required constant monitoring, specific feeding schedules, medication at exact times. Dr. Reeves looked at Daniel. Daniel hasn't missed once. Not one dose. Not one appointment. That baby is thriving because his father is doing everything right. And if custody changed, the judge asked, it would be traumatic. Babies bond. Heir knows Daniel's voice, his heartbeat, his smell. Taking him away now could cause severe psychological damage. Richard's face darkened. The judge made notes. Anyone else wish to speak? Patricia stood. Your Honor, I run the daycare Heir attends. Daniel brings him every morning, picks him up every afternoon, on time, always prepared, always engaged. Sarah stood next. I'm his social worker. I've monitored Daniel closely. His home is clean, safe, filled with love. He's utilized every resource available. He's not just surviving, he's succeeding. One by one, people stood. The nurse from the clinic, a neighbor who'd helped carry groceries, a volunteer from the hospital, all saying the same thing. Daniel is a good father. The judge raised her hand. That's enough. I've heard sufficient testimony. Everyone sat. The judge looked at Richard. Mr. Cross, you claim your grandson deserves stability, resources, a proper home. Yes, Your Honor. And yet you cut your son off, forced him to fight for basic medical care, made him choose between family and his child. Richard's lawyer started to speak. The judge held up her hand. I've reviewed the evidence, the medical records, the testimony, the circumstances surrounding this case. She looked at Daniel. Mr. Daniel Cross, stand. Daniel stood, holding Heir tight. You're 25 years old. You have limited resources. An uncertain future. By traditional standards, you're not an ideal candidate for custody. Daniel's heart sank. However, the judge continued, traditional standards don't account for love, for sacrifice, for showing up when everyone else walked away. She closed the file. I've seen many custody cases, wealthy families, perfect homes, all the right circumstances, and I've seen children suffer anyway. She looked at Heir. That baby is healthy, happy, safe, because you refused to give up. The judge picked up her gavel. Custody is hereby granted to Daniel Cross. Full parental rights, no restrictions. The gavel fell. Daniel couldn't breathe. Your Honor. Richard's lawyer protested. We'd like to appeal. You can try, the judge said, but I'm also issuing a restraining order. The Cross family is not to contact Daniel or Elior without explicit permission. Any violation will result in legal consequences. She stood. We're adjourned. The courtroom erupted. Marcus grabbed Daniel, hugged him tight. Sky was crying, smiling, both. Maya approached slowly. I'm sorry I waited so long. Daniel looked at her. Thank you for coming. He deserves you. She touched Elior's head once, then walked away. Daniel sank into a chair. It was over. He won. Elior was his, forever. Daniel walked out of the courthouse in a daze. Reporters waited outside. Cameras. Questions shouted from every direction. Mr. Cross, how do you feel? Will you reconcile with your family? What's next for you and Elior? Marcus and Sky formed a barrier, pushed through the crowd. They reached the car. Daniel climbed in, still holding Elior. The baby woke up, looked around, started crying. It's okay, Daniel whispered. We're going home. Home. The word felt different now, real, permanent. Nobody could take it away. Back at the apartment, Daniel sat in the rocking chair, couldn't stop shaking. You won, Sky said. I know. So why do you look scared? Because now I have to do this. Actually do it. Be a father, forever. Sky knelt beside him. You've been doing it already. That was temporary. This is real? Yeah. Daniel, it's always been real. He looked at her. This girl who stopped when everyone else walked by, who stayed when she could have left, who believed in him when he didn't believe in himself. I don't know how to thank you, he said. You don't have to. Yes, I do. You saved us. No, you saved yourself. I just walked beside you. Daniel's phone buzzed. Message from his father. He almost didn't look, then did. You won. I hope you know what you're doing. No apology, no congratulations, just doubt. Daniel deleted it. Another message came. His mother this time. I'm proud of you. I know that doesn't fix anything, but I needed to say it. Daniel stared at it. Didn't respond. Not yet. Maybe someday, but not today. Marcus appeared at the door. Mind if I come in? It's open. Marcus entered, looked at Elior, smiled. Can I hold him? Daniel hesitated, then nodded. Marcus took Elior carefully, awkward but gentle. Hey, little guy, I'm your uncle. Elior stared at him, curious. He looks like you, Marcus said. You think? Yeah, same stubborn chin. Daniel laughed, felt good to laugh. What are you going to do now? Marcus asked. I don't know. Find work, raise him, figure it out day by day. Need help? What kind of help? Marcus set Elior down gently, pulled an envelope from his jacket. Dad isn't the only one with money. I have my own accounts, my own investments. He handed Daniel the envelope. I want to invest in you. Help you start something, a business, consulting, whatever you want. Daniel opened it. A business proposal, numbers, plans, investment capital. This is too much, Daniel said. It's not charity. It's partnership. You have the talent. I have the resources. We build something together. Why would you do this? Because you're my brother. Because I should have helped sooner. Because I want to be part of Elior's life. Hold on. The same family that tried to destroy him is now helping? If you're wondering how this is possible, you need to subscribe because the courtroom scene coming up will blow your mind. Comment below. Have you ever had family turn their back on you? You're not alone. Let's build a community right here. Daniel's throat tightened. I don't know what to say. Say yes. Daniel looked at Sky. She nodded. Okay, Daniel said. Yes. Marcus smiled. Real and wide. They talked for hours, about business, about family, about how things would be different now. When Marcus left, the apartment felt fuller somehow, like pieces were coming together. That night, Daniel fed Elior, changed him, rocked him to sleep. Everything felt easier, lighter, like a weight had lifted. He laid Elior in the crib, watched him breathe. "We did it," he whispered. "You and me, we actually did it." His phone buzzed. Message from an unknown number. "This is Patricia. I saw the news. Congratulations. Elior's spot at daycare is waiting whenever you're ready." Then another, from Dr. Reeves. "So proud of you. Elior's next checkup is in 2 weeks. See you then." Message after message. People he'd met, people he'd never met, all celebrating. Daniel scrolled through them, felt overwhelmed, grateful, terrified, all at once. Sky appeared in the doorway. "You should sleep." "I should, but you won't." "Probably not." She sat beside him on the floor, leaned against the wall. "What are you thinking about?" she asked. "Everything." "Nothing. I don't know." "Tell me." Daniel was quiet for a moment. 6 months ago, I didn't know Elior existed. Now he's everything. My whole world. And I almost lost him. But you didn't. I know. But I keep thinking about how close it was. How easily it could have gone the other way. But it didn't. You fought. You won. That's what matters. Daniel looked at her. "What happens to you now?" "What do you mean?" "You've been here every day, helping, sacrificing. What about your life?" Sky shrugged. "This is my life. You're 16. You should be doing 16-year-old things. Maybe I don't want to." "Sky, I'm not going anywhere, Daniel. Not unless you want me to." "I don't." "Then stop worrying." They sat in comfortable silence. Elior stirred, made a sound, settled again. "He's perfect," Sky said softly. "He is. You're going to be a great dad." "I hope so. I know so." Daniel believed her. Because if Sky believed it, it had to be true. She'd been right about everything else. 3 months passed. Life found a rhythm. Daniel started consulting work from home, small clients at first, then bigger ones. Word spread that he was good, reliable, smart. Marcus helped with connections, introductions, investment capital. The business grew slowly, but it grew. Elior thrived. His heart healed stronger every day. Dr. Reeves said he'd live a normal life. No restrictions, no limitations, just a healthy, happy baby. Daniel learned to function on less sleep, learned to cook one-handed while holding Elior, learned that some days were harder than others, and that was okay. Sky still came by, less often now. She had school, friends, her own life, but she never disappeared completely. One afternoon, she arrived with news. "I got accepted," she said. Daniel looked up from his laptop. "Accepted where?" "College, full scholarship, social work program." Daniel's face lit up. "Sky, that's amazing. It's 2 hours away, though." His smile faltered. "Oh, I don't have to go." "Yes, you do. But, Sky, you've put your life on hold for us. It's time you lived for yourself." Her eyes filled with tears. "I don't want to leave him. Or you. We're not going anywhere. You can visit, call. We'll figure it out." She nodded, wiped her face. "When do you leave?" Daniel asked. 2 weeks. The words sat heavy between them. 2 weeks felt like nothing and forever at once. Daniel threw her a party. Small, just a few people. Marcus, Sarah, Patricia, Dr. Reeves, people who'd become family without anyone saying it out loud. They ate cake, told stories, laughed. Elior sat in his high chair, smashing food everywhere, making everyone smile. "Speech," Marcus called out. Sky stood, looked uncomfortable. "I'm not good at speeches." "Try," Daniel said. She took a breath. 6 months ago, I was walking home, tired, ready to just get through another day. Then I saw someone who needed help. She looked at Daniel. I almost kept walking. It would have been easier, safer, but something made me stop. Her voice cracked. I didn't know that stopping would change everything, that I'd meet a baby who'd steal my heart, a father who'd teach me what courage looks like. She wiped her eyes. I'm going to miss you both so much, but I'm also grateful, because you showed me what I want to do with my life. Help people, the way you let me help you." Everyone clapped. Daniel hugged her, held on tight. "Thank you," he whispered, "for everything. You don't have to thank me." "Yes, I do. You saved us. We saved each other." The night before Sky left, she came by one last time. Daniel was feeding Heir. The baby was 8 months old now, sitting up, babbling, almost crawling. "He's getting so big," Sky said. "I know. It's happening too fast." She sat beside them, touched Elior's hand. "Hey, buddy, I'm going away for a while, but I'll come back, I promise." Elior grabbed her finger, smiled. "He won't remember me," Sky said quietly. "Yes, he will. Daniel, we'll make sure of it. Pictures, videos, visits, he'll know who you are." Sky nodded, couldn't speak. They sat in silence, watching Elior play with his toys. "What if I fail?" Sky asked suddenly. "You won't. How do you know?" "Because you don't give up. I've seen it. You're the strongest person I know." "I'm just a kid." "You're more than that. You always have been." Sky leaned her head on his shoulder. "I'm scared." "Me too. Every day, but we do it anyway." "Is it always this hard?" "Yeah. But it gets easier to carry." They stayed like that until Elior fell asleep. Daniel laid him in the crib, came back. "I need to tell you something," he said. "What?" "When I was at my lowest, when I thought I'd lost everything, you appeared, and I thought maybe you were just a good person helping a stranger." He paused, "But you were more than that. You were proof that the world still had kindness in it, that people still showed up, that I wasn't alone." Sky's tears fell freely now. "You gave me hope when I had none, and I'll spend the rest of my life trying to pass that forward." "Daniel, I mean it. You changed my life, changed Elior's life, and we'll never forget that." Sky hugged him, held tight. "I love you guys," she whispered. "We love you too." The next morning, Marcus drove Sky to campus. Daniel watched from the window, holding Elior. The car disappeared around the corner. The apartment felt emptier, but not empty, because Sky's presence lived in every corner, every memory, every moment they'd fought through together. Daniel looked at Elior. "She'll be back," he said, "and we'll be here waiting." Elior babbled, like he understood. Daniel kissed his forehead, turned back to his laptop. Life kept moving, and they moved with it. Together. 6 months later, everything was different. The business was stable. Daniel had regular clients, enough money to move to a better apartment, 2 bedrooms, a real kitchen. Heir was walking now, 13 months old, into everything, laughing constantly. Daniel's life had structure, routine, normalcy, but something felt incomplete. He couldn't name it at first, just a quiet ache he ignored. Then one night, he understood. He was lonely, not for people. He had Marcus, Sarah, Patricia, video calls with Sky every week, but for something else. Someone who understood the weight of single parenthood, the fear that never fully left, the constant worry you're not enough. He joined an online group, Single Parents. They met once a month at a community center. The first meeting, Daniel almost turned around, too vulnerable, too exposed, but he walked in anyway. 20 people sat in a circle, all ages, all situations. A woman spoke first. "My ex left when our daughter was 2, said he couldn't handle it. That was 4 years ago." Others shared. Deaths, divorces, abandonment. When it was Daniel's turn, his throat closed. "I'm Daniel. I have a son, Elior. He's 13 months. Everyone waited. His mother left him at the hospital. My family tried to take him from me. I fought a custody battle, won." Silence. Then a man across the circle spoke. "How'd you do it? Fight them and win?" "I didn't give up, that's all." "That's everything," the man said. After the meeting, a woman approached, early 30s, kind eyes. "I'm Rachel. My son is 2. "Daniel." "I know. Everyone knows. Your story was everywhere." Daniel felt exposed. "That was a while ago. It was brave, what you did. It was desperate. Same thing sometimes." They talked for 20 minutes, about sleepless nights, about fear, about the weight of doing it alone. "You want to grab coffee sometime?" Rachel asked. "Parent talk. Nothing more." Daniel hesitated, then nodded. "Yeah, that sounds good." They exchanged numbers. When Daniel got home, Heir was asleep. Marcus had watched him. "How was it?" Marcus asked. "Good. Weird, but good." "You meet anyone?" "A woman." "Rachel." "Just friends." "Sure," Marcus said, smirking. "I'm serious." "I believe you." But Daniel thought about her anyway. The way she understood without him having to explain. The way she looked at him like he wasn't broken. Just human. They met for coffee twice. Then dinner. Heir came along. Rachel brought her son, Tyler. The boys played together, made a mess, made them laugh. "This is nice," Rachel said. "It is." "When's the last time you did something for yourself?" Daniel thought. Couldn't remember. "That long, huh?" Rachel smiled. "You're allowed to have a life, Daniel." "Heir is my life. He's part of it, but not all of it." The word stuck with him. That night he called Sky, told her about Rachel. "Do you like her?" Sky asked. "I don't know. Maybe." "That's okay. You're allowed to." "It feels weird, like I'm being selfish." "It's not selfish to want companionship. What if it doesn't work out?" "Then it doesn't." "But you tried." Daniel exhaled. "When did you get so wise?" "I learned from you." They talked for an hour, about school, about life, about how much she missed Heir. "I'm coming home next month," Sky said. "Thanksgiving break." "He'll be so excited." "So will I." After they hung up, Daniel sat with Heir. The baby was half asleep, fighting it. "What do you think, buddy? Should I take a chance?" Heir grabbed his nose, giggled. "I'll take that as a yes." The next week, Rachel invited him to a park, just the 4 of them. The boys played. Daniel and Rachel sat on a bench. "Can I ask you something?" Rachel said. "Sure." "Why did you fight so hard when your family tried to take Heir?" Daniel watched his son, running, laughing, alive. "Because he's mine, not because of biology. Because I chose him every single day." Rachel nodded. "That's beautiful." "It's just the truth. Most people don't see it that way. Most people weren't given a second chance." Rachel touched his hand, briefly, but intentional. "I'm glad I met you, Daniel." "Me too." They sat in comfortable silence, watching their boys, building something neither of them expected. That night, Daniel got a text from his mother. "Can we talk? Please." He stared at it. Months had passed since the hearing, since any contact. Part of him wanted to ignore it, delete it, move on. But another part remembered what Sky said once, about forgiveness not being for them, but for himself. He typed back, "Okay, but not yet. I'm not ready." 3 dots appeared, then stopped. "I understand. I'll wait." Daniel put his phone down, looked at Heir sleeping peacefully. "We're doing okay, buddy. Better than okay." Heir stirred, smiled in his sleep. Daniel felt something shift, something lighten. The past would always be there. The pain, the fight, the fear. But so would the future. And maybe, just maybe, that future had room for more than survival. Maybe it had room for joy. Thanksgiving came fast. Sky arrived on a Wednesday. Daniel and Heir picked her up from the bus station. The moment Heir saw her, he reached out, arms wide. "He remembers," Sky said, voice breaking. She took him, held him close, cried. I missed you so much. Elior patted her face, like he was comforting her. Daniel drove them home. The new apartment. Sky walked through, eyes wide. Daniel, this is amazing. It's not much. It's everything. She saw Elior's room, full of toys, books, a mural on the wall Marcus had painted. You did this, she whispered. We did this. You started it. They spent the evening catching up. Sky told stories about college, her classes, the people she'd met. I'm helping at a shelter now, she said. Families in crisis. It's hard, but I love it. I'm not surprised. Why? Because helping people is who you are. Sky smiled. I learned from the best. Rachel came over for Thanksgiving dinner. Brought Tyler. Brought wine. Brought warmth. Sky watched them together. The way Daniel looked at Rachel. The way Rachel looked at him. After dinner, while the kids played, Sky pulled Daniel aside. You really like her. Is it that obvious? Yeah, but it's good. You deserve this. I keep waiting for something to go wrong. Maybe nothing will. That feels impossible. So did everything else, and you're still here. Daniel hugged her. I missed you. I missed you too. That night, after everyone left, Daniel put Elior to bed. Sky sat in the rocking chair. Remember when we first met? Daniel asked. You were bleeding, holding a baby, looking like the world was ending. It felt like it was. And now? Daniel looked around, at the home he'd built, the life he'd created. Now it feels like it's just beginning. Sky stood, hugged him. I'm so proud of you. I couldn't have done it without you. Yes, you could have. But I'm glad you didn't have to. The next morning, Marcus came by with his girlfriend. Someone new. Someone who made him smile. They all cooked together, laughed, made too much food. Elior sat in his high chair, watching everyone. Happy. Should we say what we're thankful for? Rachel suggested. That's cheesy, Marcus said. Do it anyway. Marcus went first. I'm thankful I found my spine, finally stood up for what mattered. His girlfriend went next. I'm thankful Marcus brought me into this crazy, beautiful family. Rachel smiled. I'm thankful for second chances, and people brave enough to take them. Sky's turn. I'm thankful for that night, when I decided to stop instead of walk by. Everyone looked at Daniel. He looked at Elior, then at each person around the table. I'm thankful for all of you, for showing me that family isn't about blood. It's about who shows up, who stays, who fights. His voice cracked. A year ago I had nothing. Now I have everything. They ate in comfortable silence, passed dishes, shared stories. After dinner, Daniel's phone rang, his mother's name. He looked at it, then at Sky. Answer it, she said. He stepped outside, pressed accept. Mom, Daniel, thank you for picking up. Silence. I wanted to wish you happy Thanksgiving and tell you I left your father. Daniel's breath caught. What? I filed for divorce last week, moved out yesterday. Why? Because you were right. I had to choose. And I choose you. I choose being a mother over being his wife. Daniel didn't know what to say. I don't expect forgiveness, his mother continued. I don't even expect to see you. But I needed you to know I finally did the right thing. Where are you staying? A friend's house. I'm figuring it out. Daniel closed his eyes. You can come by tomorrow. Meet Elior if you want. His mother started crying. Really? Yeah, but just you. And just for an hour. That's more than I deserve. Probably, but it's what I'm offering. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. They hung up. Daniel stood there, processing. Sky came outside. You okay? My mom left my dad. Wow. She wants to meet Elior. How do you feel about that? Scared, angry, hopeful, all of it. That's normal. Is it? Yeah, healing isn't clean. Daniel looked at the sky. Stars coming out. I never thought I'd be here, living this life, feeling this okay. You earned it. Did I? Every single day. They went back inside, rejoined the noise, the laughter, the chaos. This was his family now, built from nothing, held together by choice, and for the first time in his life, Daniel felt like he belonged, not because of his name, or his money, or his past, but because of who he'd become. A father, a friend, a man who didn't give up. That was enough. More than enough. It was everything. His mother arrived at noon. Daniel opened the door, saw her standing there. Smaller than he remembered, older, tired. "Hi," she said. "Hi." They stood in awkward silence. "Come in." She stepped inside, looked around, saw the apartment. The life he'd built without her. "It's lovely," she whispered. "Thanks." Elior was in the living room, playing with blocks. He looked up when she entered. Daniel's mother stopped, put her hand to her mouth. "He's beautiful." "He is." She knelt down slowly, kept her distance. "Hi, Elior. I'm your grandmother." Elior stared, uncertain. "Can I?" She looked at Daniel. "Can I come closer?" He nodded. She moved slowly, sat on the floor. Elior watched her carefully. "I'm sorry I wasn't here before," she said to the baby. "I was scared, and wrong, and I missed so much." Elior picked up a block, held it out to her. She took it, started crying. "Thank you," she whispered. They played together, tentative, gentle, building something fragile. Daniel watched from the doorway, arms crossed, guard still up. After an hour, his mother stood. "I should go." "Okay." She walked to the door, stopped. "I know I can't fix what I broke, but I want to try, if you'll let me." Daniel looked at her, saw genuine pain, genuine regret. "Once a month," he said. "You can visit once a month, for now. That's more than fair. And if you hurt him, I won't, I promise." She left. Daniel sat on the couch. Elior climbed into his lap. "That was your grandmother," Daniel said. "She's trying to be better." Elior babbled, grabbed Daniel's face. "Yeah, we'll see." That evening, Rachel came by, found Daniel quiet. "You okay?" "My mom visited today." "How was it?" "Complicated." Rachel sat beside him. "That's family." "Is it always this hard?" "The good stuff usually is." They sat in comfortable silence. Elior played nearby. "Can I tell you something?" Rachel asked. "Sure." "I think I'm falling for you." Daniel's breath caught. "What?" "I know it's fast. I know we're both figuring things out, but I needed to say it." Daniel looked at her. Really looked. "I'm scared," he admitted. "Of what?" "Of messing this up, of losing someone again." "You won't lose me. Not unless you push me away." "What if I'm not ready?" "Then we go slow." "But I'm here." "When you are ready?" Daniel took her hand. "I think I'm falling for you too." She smiled, kissed him softly. Elior looked up, made a face. They laughed. "He's judging us," Rachel said. "He's protective." "Good." "He should be." A knock came at the door. Skye stood there with bags. "I'm back for the weekend. Hope that's okay." "Always," Daniel said. She came in, saw Rachel, saw Daniel's face. "Oh, did I interrupt something?" "No," Rachel said. "Come in. Stay." They ordered pizza, sat on the floor, let the kids make a mess. "This is nice," Skye said. "All of us together." "It is," Daniel agreed. His phone buzzed. Text from Marcus. "Dad's lawyers dropped the appeal. It's over. You won. For real this time." Daniel read it twice. Let it sink in. "What?" Rachel asked. "My father. He's done fighting." "That's good, right?" "Yeah, it's good." He looked at Elior, at the people around him, at the life he'd fought for. It was good. Better than good. It was his. That night, after everyone left, Daniel held Elior, rocked him to sleep. We made it, buddy. Through everything. We actually made it. Elior's hand wrapped around his finger, held tight even in sleep. Daniel thought about the man he'd been a year ago, bleeding in an alley, holding a baby he barely knew, terrified, alone. That man felt like a stranger now. This man, this father, was someone different, someone stronger, someone who learned that love wasn't about perfection. It was about showing up, every day, even when it hurt, especially when it hurt. He kissed Elior's forehead, laid him in the crib, stood there watching him breathe. "I don't know what tomorrow brings," Daniel whispered, "but whatever it is, we'll face it together." His phone lit up. Message from Sky. "Thank you for letting me be part of your story. You changed my life too." Daniel smiled, typed back. "Thank you for stopping that night, for seeing us when everyone else looked away." 3 dots appeared. "I'd do it again, every time." Daniel put his phone down, looked around his apartment, at the toys scattered everywhere, the dishes in the sink, the life that was messy and imperfect and real. This was home, not because it was fancy, not because it was easy, but because it was filled with people who chose to stay, and that made all the difference. He turned off the light, climbed into bed, closed his eyes, and for the first time in longer than he could remember, Daniel cross-slept peacefully, because he wasn't running anymore. He wasn't fighting anymore. He was just living. And that was enough, more than enough. It was everything.